So this is the faulty robot vacuum cleaner I picked up off FreeCycle. It's a MamiRobot Pporo, I think it's pronounced, and I'm just charging it up at the moment so we can have a look at what's wrong with it. Right, so with it switched on now, I'm going to try and see if it works. Okay, and as we can see, it's come up with an error 1, and if we have a look at the troubleshooting codes, we can see that it indicates a problem with the fan motor. So first up, I'm going to start taking this apart, and we're just going to disconnect the battery. And it looks to be in pretty good nick, and it's in a 14.4 volt battery. And next up, I'm just going to have a look at the brush underneath. I'm just going to double check that that's not got any problems or anything like that. So yeah, you just unclip it, and then you can just pull the brush straight out, and yep, bit of dust and dirt on there, but nothing too serious. I also have already removed the side brushes, as you can see, as there was a bit of hair and whatnot tangled on those, so I just unscrewed them, and yeah, they seem to be free. So with the unit now flipped over, we can start by removing the dustbin. And that reveals the fan motor, which we got a problem with. So you can see here there's a plastic circular clip that's just holding this filter in place. So if you just pull on this tab, then it should come out along with the filter. But as you can see, there's the fan, but doesn't seem to be any access, so we're going to have to open the unit up. We start by removing this panel, which is held on by a few clips, which can be a bit difficult. So just removing them here. And then next up, there's a bunch of screws you can see around here, so we're just going to go and start undoing those as well. So with the screws removed, we can now lift the cover off and reveal the insides of the vacuum cleaner, which, yeah, it's looking pretty dirty in here. Lots of dust, but yeah, there's our fan motor. So yeah, I think first off, I'm just going to go in here with another vacuum cleaner and carefully hoover up all of this dust. Okay, so I've just disconnected the top panel, so there's a bunch of connectors here, and we can now proceed to removing the motor, and there's just a couple of screws, as you can see, holding it in place. So right, with the fan removed, we can now have a look at what the problem is. And as I'm turning the impeller, I can feel that it feels like there's something jammed in there. And it's quite hard to see on camera, but if you look very carefully, you can see there's some kind of an object, looks like a screw, that has kind of wedged the impeller. So in order to get the impeller off, I just use these two knives, and then you can just lever it off. And that reveals that the actual problem is one of the screws that's holding the motor in place has come undone and jammed itself into the underside of the impeller, stopping it spinning. So yeah, hopefully that's all that's wrong with it. But just to make sure, I've removed the motor and I've just connected up to my DC power supply. I've also put a bit of WD-40 in there just to make sure that it's all nicely lubricated. So here you can see I'm running it at 12 volts, and yeah, the motor sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, I'm happy to put this back into the machine and see if the unit now runs. Right, so moment of truth. Let's see if the vac will live to clean another day. So if we hit the start button, and yeah, fantastic. Looks like it's working again. So yeah, hope you found this useful, and thanks for watching.